How goes it, everybody? Spike Daddy here, and I just realized my microphone is sagging. Hold on, it might make a little bit too much noise for you guys. Sorry, hold on. Just gotta do this. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Perfect. All right, so welcome to another little mini episode that I'm doing without Shaker, mainly because Shaker's got barn chores, so the only time that we really get to record that much, guys, is honestly kind of on the weekends. Sometimes we might get a record session in or so in that after work, but it's kind of tough to go through and do that, of course. So I'm doing a little mini episode here and that because I do have weekends off. She does too, but she goes to the barn, she does chores, she does a bunch of other stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, last episode, which would be episode episode 9. Was it episode 9? I think episode 9 was. We built this. We built a water pen. Yeah, and then we tamed this guy, and Shaker tamed that. Yeah. So we have Megalodon, we've got this, we've got all the stuff here. So we got a nice sized water pen here. It turned out actually a little bit bigger than what I originally thought it was going to be, which is nice. But we mentioned that we were going to be doing breeding, and we were going to get ready to do some breeding soon. I mean, we still want to gather dinosaurs, and I think that's what we're still got planned for episode 10. This is going to be episode 9.5. I think my mini episodes are going to be always like the 0.5s of the previous episode. So we wanted to build a little hatchery over here, and since Shaker's not much for crazy builds or whatever like that, I think I'm going to go through and kind of just do the build my own here, just to get some stuff going. But then I got kind of a rough, kind of cool idea in my noggin, and that was to instead of building the hatchery over there, I think we should do it over here on top of the water. So what I want to do is I want to go through and basically just do it like this. You know, at first I did not like that this was the thing. Oh, come on, place it down. Thank you. So what we're gonna do is we're actually I'm gonna cover up this side completely. Maybe put a couple glass ceilings in here to see that it's still water. Put the nanny, and not the nanny, but the hatching area in here with probably a nanny close by, or maybe like a nanny up above or whatever like that, and also probably another nanny over here. Because of course, guys, as you know, the nanny does the imprinting, since, well, we could stick around and do the imprinting and that, but even at our rates right now, guys, the what you call it is still kind of long. So it's still like, 40, 50 minutes or so on that before we can imprint, and we have to do that at least 2 or 3 times before that, and we don't have time to go through and do that, guys. So what I want to do is I did take off, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do like three on this side. It's 20 across. So if we actually do like 4, hold on. Let's just do this. So this is the center. If we just go out a little bit more from the center. So I need 560 frickin' ceilings, by the way, guys, to do all this. I did gather a crap ton of resources, but I think I might still need a lot of like wood and stuff. I don't think I gathered enough wood. I gathered a lot of stone. Yeah, because I already made 100, 200 ceilings in that, and I've got almost another, about another 5,000 or so stone left over. So I will probably have to do a cut and go get more stone and whatever like that, which is fine, and probably more other stuff, but whatever. I do want to make some glass, though. Let's do some glass ceilings here. So what is it? 4. So if we do, like, would it just be 4, so 8? So if we do like 8 of them, right? Would 8 of them be fine? Let's see, it's 14. So the dimensions that we have, guys, I'm kind of trying to do this kind of off my head. I kind of had the idea on what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the side just a little bit here, so only 2 more wide right here, and go all the way across. And then I'm going to do probably 4 on the side, and then 4 on that side, and take it all the way up to the front, and then 2 on the back, and leave a nice big opening area here, and then do a nice little stairs that comes down, and that's where all of our water dinos, that's how we're going to get into the water pen. And then just right over here, and that is going to be nothing. Or over here is just going to be completely empty space above it, and this is actually where the little hatchery area is going to be. We'll breed dinos and do all that stuff like that. This should be big enough for a couple Spinos at least to sit in here to breed, to get eggs and yada yada. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking for in that. But I do want to add a couple. So if we do So what is it, 14? So 7 would be center. Right, so if we do, what is it right here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 right here. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so right here. So if I go and I bring this guy right here back out and I pull these out right there, right? Okay, so that's the spot that indicates the center. So if we do the center of that, and now if we go over 20, so 20, the middle of 20, of course, would be 10, so 10 and 10. Middle of 10 would be 5, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so right here would actually be the middle of that point. So if we go out to the middle of that point, we probably would need what? We'd need 5? I don't know. I'm just doing stuff in my brain and my brain noggin thing. Oh, I forgot to turn off Discord. that was loud. Let's grab a couple more of these guys. Let's go through. Let's get all of this stuff going. We'll put railings up here in that, and I'm actually going to make this right here. I'm going to make this a 4 wide instead of just a 2 wide, because I'm going to use the other gates in that, and we're going to put bigger gates and probably enclose the entire thing. We'll probably make it relatively large, enclose the entire thing. Possibly, maybe, I don't know yet. Okay, let's see. Let's do this real quick. So, hold on, guys. I got to turn that off. Otherwise, I'm going to get Discord notifications. It's going to drive you guys nuts. It never fails in that. I don't get any Discord messages or anything along that lines in that at all. And then randomly in that, whenever I record, I get the Discord notifications. It drives me crazy. I don't understand it. All right, what do we got here? We got, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here is 5. 5 is actually the center point. Let's go out this way. So if we go right about there, that would be the center point there. So let's just do that right there to mark the center. And that was the center for those two. So what if we do something kind of like that? Let's just do this. Cool. Ooh, that would be kind of neat too, I suppose. Well, right here is essentially like the center. Center there, and the center point's right there. So what we could do, I guess we could just do that right there. Just do the 4 right there, just to show that there's water underneath it. Would be kind of neat. Yeah, it would be kind of neat. Oh, or do we want to do it the other way? Because over here's the gate. Do we really want to have anything by the gate? I don't know. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and continue to place all of these wonderful freaking things down. Now, I know, guys, we still haven't gotten gathering dinosaurs yet. We need a Dodec, we need an Anki, we need all that fun stuff. Trust me, I fully agree with that, because I just spent the last hour gathering all those freaking materials to all of that, and I'm going to burn through that within about 10 minutes here. So yes, I agree. We need to get gathering dinos. However, I don't want to go through and do any kind of recording or anything like that without Shaker when it comes to taming dinos and whatnot. Even though I did tame her a Dimorphodon when I was out and about in the area, because it was a 140 and it was cool looking, and I grabbed it and I fell in the water just now like a dumbass. Now I can't get out. There we go. There we go. So, anyways, that's what I am going to do, guys. I will bring you guys back. All right, folks, I'm back. I didn't bring you back for the building part, but it was literally just me placing freaking ceilings and going out and gathering another damn near's hours worth of freaking material and all that other fun stuff. So this is the base of what I kind of got going on. I made the bridges wider, of course, 4 wide. I'm trying to think on how we're going to do this, because of course we're going to have some pretty big dinos. Now, the one reason that I don't like doing breeding and places for baby dinos to raise on over water is because sometimes they do, when they grow up, their model stays at the same level. So for example, in that, if that Baryonyx right there was a baby, it only would be about that tall, right? When it starts to grow, it grows from the center point of its body, basically, which means part of the feet and everything and part of the model gets stuck under the freaking ceiling, which means that a baby could be growing up and could potentially drown because it's classified as being in the water instead of being on top of the ceiling, even though it was on top of the ceiling when it hatched. So, basically, what we are going to go through and do here is I am going to make it to where you hatch the baby over here, right? So we're going to have probably the dinos that we want to have breeding are going to be standing in here. So it'll be an enclosed area. I'm probably going to go maybe 8 tall, or something for this for the walls, and that is going to be surrounding the entire area here. It's not going to just be one solid stone block. God, it seems like it really seems like that the gamma here in that on this map is absolutely fucking garbage. Like this is a 3.0 gamma, and yet it still seems really freaking dark. I don't know why. It's not like this over on the center or on the island map or Ragnarok or whatever. Granted, Ragnarok is a freaking really bright map. God, I'm gonna have to go get more wood here soon. Good. I'm gonna have to go get more stuff anyways. But I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the base of everything done first. And this might be like a little mini part series, or maybe me and Shaker will finish the build in that when we tame our gathering dinosaurs and can gather more. Because like I said, guys, I went out and gathered a absolute shit ton of stuff here. So what I want to do is I want to do this. I want to get some railings here. Yeah. Oh, did I actually make enough? Holy crap. That's amazing. That's freaking amazing that I made enough, even though I don't think I made enough, because I want to go around the inside here, because this is going to be a wall, so this is going to be a walkway that you can walk all the way around it. And of course, we're going to put in some lights. I did bring over some lights, a generator, and stuff like that, so I am going to light this place up. It's not just going to be one giant dark thing, and it's not just going to be solid stone. I do want to do glass. I do want to do the nice tinted glass. So I got the generator, I got some internal wiring spots, I got some AC units, because you need to have at least 4 AC units if you want to hatch out Quetzal egg, or, well, not necessarily. So you need to have 4 vanilla air conditioners if you want to hatch a Quetzal egg. I think you only need 1 SS one, because they increase the fortitude and the hypo and thermal temperature in that on them by like a crap ton. Like, one of those equals, like, 6 freaking AC units, I swear. So I could probably get away with 1, but just for symmetricality purposes and that, we're going to do 4 in a row. We're going to build up a little section here and that where you can actually go on top and stand. That's where the nanny's going to be, so just in case they start to raise inside of here. That's where the hatchery will be up top. And then out here, this is where we're going to bring out to grow the dinos, for the dinosaurs to mature. And I'm going to probably just branch off, have it come all the way around, and then have it branch off to here. We'll probably tear this bridge out and rebuild this bridge so it matches up properly with the other one. But this entire area is going to be kind of closed off or barricaded off with railings or whatnot. And this is basically just going to be an area for the dinosaurs to kind of grow up. There'll be a nanny over here, a food trough over here, so on and so forth. And, of course, water dinos and that will, of course, mature and everything like that inside the water because, well, that's the water. That's the whole point of doing this. So we'll just move them over to here. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do like a glass railing or something like that splits it in two to where over there's the main pen, over here's the breeding pen. I don't know. We'll think of something. I'm sure it'll turn out relatively nice. But I can't sit here and gather another 2.5 hours worth of gathering materials. Even though we do have high gather rates, guys, and that it still takes a long time to grab the stuff, bring it back all the way over here, put it inside of here, run all the way back up there, do that and do that. Now, if the stuff would freaking respawn here, it would be fine. But it's not respawning. It's not even respawning back over at my place, too. I got to go on the server, and then I think I got to reduce the spawn times. I did go through earlier beforehand, and I did take over and go to and put a teleporter down at the Crystal Metal mainland, which is basically, well, you've seen the. Here, let's just go there. I probably should bring the berry on because there's probably bad stuff over there, because I did see a couple Rexes over there at one point. But we'll see here. No, I don't see anything bad in here. So this is away from all the metal and everything, but there's a little bit of metal over there. But when you run up here, you've got lots of metal. Lots of metal. Lots of metal. And then up top, you got a lot of crystal, too. And there's actually more. There's actually a crystal in that was actually over here, too. But I've been gathering crystal and all that other stuff like that. So, yeah. Are you guys going to keep following me? Are you done? You done? Good. Leave me alone. Don't want to talk to you. So, yeah. So that's basically the gist of what that's kind of been going through in that. And like I said, guys, I could keep building this and keep playing it, but it's going to take up like most of my day. I do have a couple of things that I want to get done. Shaker, of course, is still over at the barn. She said she probably would be back in a couple hours anyway, so I think when she comes back in that, we're going to grab some gathering dinos. Probably the main thing we want to get is a Dodic. A Dodic is the main thing that we want to get. We also want to get an Anki, and we also want to get, I think a Mammoth is going to be easy enough to get. I don't think it's going to be too tough to get a mammoth. Just for wood gathering, really. I mean, that's really the only reason why that we want to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to set a... we're probably going to set a teleporter over in the redwoods biome in that for the mammoth to go, because the redwoods trees, of course, yield the most wood and thatch, because they have a higher hit point base, I believe. And I also want to set up another like up in the top. Where's it at? Like, oh yeah, like right over there, that little ledge. That's right there. That ledge right there has got a lot of freaking resources too. A lot of crystal, a lot of metal, and I want to get that kind of going as well. And I want to get an Anki, actually, kind of like a. I kind of actually almost want to build like a small little hut over there, little storage, like a little like a little 5 by 4 or whatever like that. Just enough room to where we can bring an Anki in, park it, little place right there, maybe a forge or something like that in there. Maybe not even a forge, but just something that we can utilize to. We probably won't put a big industrial forge. We'll probably put like a smithy or something like that in there, and for storage and that, and go from there. Yes, this is this little dude that I tamed up for her when I was out and about running around. So of course, guys, for polymer, lots of polymer here and that. I went through and killed a bunch of Hesperornis, and then I realized that right next to the freaking green obelisk is a iceberg area where all the little penguins spawn, and they yield actually a lot more organic polymer. So I took the baryonyx over there. Baryonyx is actually pretty good at gathering organic polymer, surprisingly. Like I killed like 4 or 5. I killed about 6 or 7 penguins, and that's the yield that I got. I mean, that's literally how much I got from 5 or 6 penguins or so. I got fucking three stacks or so almost, which is nuts. Some of that is left over from earlier, of course, so maybe a little bit less than that, but still pretty good. So, anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for this quick little smidget of an episode here and that. I guess we'll kind of give you the quick update on it. Of course, I am going to want to tame a Megalodon, of course, because she's got one now, and I want one, because we're going to go do the scuba stuff, because inside of here, I've got scuba for us. So, yeah, that's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to get into that. There's a lot of different things that we want to do, guys, but there's a lot of things that we kind of need to do first. And I mean, I want to get a Megalodon. We want to really explore the water and swim around and see if we can get a tame of Plessy, or see if we can tame a Mosasaur, see if we can do the cool stuff like that and explore that. We also want to get into caves. We want to start doing, caving in that to get the artifacts and stuff like that, and cooler drops. But realisticness, we also need to have bred dinos to kind of do that, because some of the areas are really tough and really gnarly. We still need to make lesser antidotes because of the stupid mega rabies. So before we do any caves, we have to go to the jungle area, over down yonder, the swamp area, with our Spinos, and get a lot of leech blood and all that crap like that to make lesser antidotes. We just have a lot of stuff that we kind of have to follow suit and kind of get going and get doing before we really tackle on the really fun stuff. I mean, we could rush and go tame Plessies and Mosas, and we could hurry up and try breeding guys and that, and then imprinting them ourselves and not using the nanny, and do stuff like that and try to hurry up and run to get to the bosses. But in order to do the bosses, we need to gather the artifacts, and we can't just... I mean, yes, I could just spawn them in. I could do stuff like that, because some of the artifacts, especially on this map, are kind of a pain in the ass to get. I feel like that we should have no problem doing that. As a matter of fact, let's actually go take a look. You know what? Here, let's do this. Let me grab the baryonyx in that real quick here. Let's click on the button. Let's click on... Is it that terminal? No. Which terminal do I want to go to? Let's try this one. I think this right here is the red obelisk. I think the red obelisk is normally pretty safe. There's normally nothing too crazy here. Yeah, there's actually nothing over here, right? Except for that Rex, which is level 20 garbage anyways. So, right here's the obelisk. So, let's go over what we need for the actual bosses here, guys. We want to do at least medium or hard, right? So, we need to have a lot of stuff. We have to have the artifact of the Brute, Clever, Devour, Hunter, Massive, and Pack. Those are going to be the tough ones. Those are going to be the hardest things to get. Now, since we get water dinos and that, getting the other stuff, like going through and getting the squid tentacles and that might be a little bit of a pain, because they do like to grip on, but as long as we double up and we go down there, we shouldn't have a problem. Sauropods are easy. Sarco skins are easy. Megalodon tooth, Christ, we already probably have all we need there. The Basosaur blubber is going to be easy. The Megalania toxin is going to be kind of tough to get. Same thing with the Spino, because of how limited they are on the map here. We have to go through and kill them and do a couple 3-4 runs with them. Titan Boa Venom should be really easy. Thylacoleo is going to be kind of a pain too, because there's really not too many out in the redwoods. So that's one of the big things right there. But the other parts is going to be, getting the artifacts. And the artifacts are a pain because the artifacts are, of course, in caves. And inside of caves is, well, bad stuff. Not necessarily stuff that we can't handle, but stuff that, is, well, needless to say, ooh, is that stupid level 4 Giga or whatever it was? Oh, shit. Damn. Well, damn. That's a 135 Giga. That's that's a Giga beyond a Giga. I'm gonna go back home. I don't feel safe around here. Not with that thing being there. Anyways, we need to make sure that we're prepared for caves. And if we learned anything from, what was it, like episode 3 or whatever like that, when we went over there and I got Mega Rabies twice in a row, wherever there's bats is going to have that potential chance. So before we do any caving, before we do anything like that, we first have to make sure that we've got really good dinos to do it, which I think are going to be baryonyx, because baryonyx can fit, I think, in all the caves. Not only that, but one of the caves that we actually have to go into is actually a cave that has a water spot that you actually have to go through to get the artifact. Now, granted, guys, once we get the area, we will put a teleporter down in each one of those artifact places to actually get the artifact, so we don't have to constantly run back and forth unless it's an easy cave. Like, if it's an easy cave to get stuff, it's not that big of a deal. We'll just run and go through and get it. But we're going to be putting teleport pads in each of the caves next to the artifacts, or at least at the entrance of the caves, to go through and get the stuff. So, but before we do all that, guys, we need to have nice bred dinos, nice and leveled up dinos, and we also need to make sure that we have antidotes, because Mega Rabies is just not good. I think the last time that I ended up running into Mega Rabies and that on my cluster server when we were going through trying to get stuff for the bosses and that, I had like 350 health and like 60 fortitude or something like that, and it still took me down to like 10 health. So we are nowhere near matched up health-wise and fortitude-wise to essentially reduce that kind of damage for the Mega Rabies. Mega Rabies is just about guaranteed death every time you get it. And it spreads to other players. So if I get it and Shaker's too close to me, it'll spread and get to her. So I could survive it, but if she doesn't have enough points, she can't survive it. So then it becomes a real pain in the rear. So we need to have a big plan, especially since it's only 2 of us playing here. As you guys know, Ark is definitely a huge multiplayer kind of game, or based around having a tribe of like 7 or 8 people, actually upwards of about 10. You can have 10 players and 20 dinos go into a boss fight. So technically in that, an actual, what they're expecting is for a tribe to have around 10 players all playing at the same time is what they're kind of expecting. That's where a lot of their stuff is based. That's why gather rates are so shit. That's why, everything like that is such a pain. That's why a lot of the other stuff in this game is a pain to do, is because it's meant to be played with a group of 10 people all working together. So trying to solo the game, trying to, just duo it with somebody else, that's why it's kind of a pain. And that's one of the reasons why that I normally do, quality of life mods and increased gathering and stuff like that. Plus, I mean, it makes you focus a little bit more on the fun parts of the game, taming and breeding and exploring and stuff like that, versus completely deforesting the freaking entire area that you're at just to get enough wood to make a small little hut. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this little mini episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click on the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to check out my sister's channel, Shaker. Of course, go make sure you check her out and subscribe and do the stuff there. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. So take care and take it easy.